What's happening, YouTube? Hope you guys are well today. June the 30th, Tuesday. I took 16 trades. You can see I have a very horrible win rate there, 25%. And a loss. I was trading 2 lots on the NASDAQ and getting stopped out a lot on some trades. I had a couple of trades where I was up about like 20, 30 handles. Didn't lock in the profit because I was looking for a two-legged move, which we didn't get. And yeah, so overall, I like the mindset I went in with today. Every day that passes, I'm fine-tuning my variables. I'm getting closer and closer every single day to what it is that I'm looking to pull out of these markets, basically. Unfortunately, what happens is there's a lot of things that play into this. Now, it's quite interesting because this is a simulated trading account, right? But I'm not profitable in the simulator. And the reason for this is because I'm being extremely strict, guys. I'm trading all in, all out. I'm not averaging trades. I'm not going in and then getting in more, and then sooner or later you have a profit. I don't trade that way, okay? I'm trading all in, all out, pure scalping, and there's not a lot of margin for error, which means you have to be very precise with your entries. So first trade of the day here, market opened at 9:30 and we rallied off these lows here. Let's see if we can take a look at that. So I'm not going to really go into the chart deep or anything. I'm just going to show you the short-term price action. You can see we rallied and we immediately pulled back off of that rally. I was looking to short this as a potential failure for a pullback to at least the midway part here, but you can see that we found buyers around the VWAP. There was a lot of absorption here. This one, I noticed it very, very aggressively on the tape, and that there was a lot of buy absorption around these 99.70s, 99.60s, which means a lot of sell orders were getting absorbed into the bids, and then we soon after traded higher. So I was able to realize that, and I took a small break even on that first trade. As we continued, there was a little bit of a long trade here where I saw that we had this little pop and this kind of tail looked pretty obvious. We saw a pullback with no follow through, and then I looked to get a part of this move just for a little bit of a long scalp. I got in there for a mini profit, nothing crazy. And then this move just continued higher. Okay, you can see we had another mini pullback at this point, continue higher. And then at this point, during this kind of accumulation phase, and you can consider this a bit of a wedge, I started to get short this market, and you can see that I sold it there after we had this bull break and a failure, and there was no sellers to push this down, and I stopped it out for pretty close to a break even. I would have had a stop up here, but I didn't let it go up and hit my stop once I realized that there was no sellers to push it. But actually, I sold it right after, near after. I don't know what happened here, but you can see that there's a buy and then a sell. So I must have accidentally done something, and obviously there's no room for accidental mistakes in a live trading account. But moral of the story, I got stopped out, and then I sold again here. This time was the proper time to sell, and I had missed that one because we had in fact gotten a two-legged pullback at that point. And then down here, I was looking for another leg down to the moving average, at least on the 2-minute chart, and then we didn't get that. Now, guys, these entries, I just want to tell you that these entries are not completely random. So don't just look at this and say, he's buying at a random spot, he's selling at a random spot. I have 4 variables, basically, and if those variables are present, the trade gets executed. Now, obviously, like I told you, the variables are getting fine-tuned every single day that passes. One of the variables is looking at the order imbalances, okay? So you can see here, look at this volume profile, how it's nicely filled up. You can see the imbalance of sell orders to buy orders that traded at each price. This is what we were seeing at the beginning of the day here, where we saw a lot of these sell orders come in, these big blocks, 200, 200, 200, 200, and we couldn't trade below that, and then we just traded higher. So that was that VWAP absorption right around there. So if we keep going, you can see I got stopped out there, and then I sold this because we had a bull break, not much fall through. I sold that one right there, and I got stopped out there. And again, a lot of this is not great trading. I have to go back and review some of this stuff. Bull break, no fall through. I sold that. I would have had profit about 10 points. I didn't take the profit, stopped it out for a break even. I believe I sold again there once I realized I had got stopped out for a break even and I had more profit. So a lot of this is kind of sloppy trading. I got short here, then I stopped it out for a little bit of a break even there. I had to stop pretty close by. Lucky I stopped it out here because we had a drastic move up. After this bull break, no follow through, I sold again, and this time I just about almost got stopped out here at 43. Didn't get stopped out. Pulled back into the range, I had some profit, didn't take it, stopped out, break even. Sold again, got stopped out. This one was an impulsive trade right here. I shouldn't have even taken that. I don't know why I did. And now at this point, you can see that we're developing this sort of pattern here around these 30s. And if we go back and look at the volume profile, you're going to see that there was a lot of volume being traded around these 30s. And this is where the majority of sell absorption was taking place. I wanted to see us trade below the 30s many times, and we could never get it. They would always get absorbed into this price. And you can see, look at that sell imbalance, all of this. Now, nice 640 to 529. Down here as well, down here as well. There's just a lot of sell, very thick sell orders here. Also thick buy orders. But again, what really matters is where we end up trading relative to this trading volume, not the trading volume itself. That's the most important thing. It's where the price trades relative to the order flow imbalance. So we had a lot of this type of thing where we're getting a higher high, no follow through, a higher high, no follow through. And that's why I was interested in shorting this market here. And this is a similar pattern to yesterday, was a wedge pattern type of thing. Now, and again, this is the type of psychology that I like to study in this market, because when you see a lot of higher high breakouts with no follow through, it signals that the shorts are getting kind of squeezed out, and it could set up a move in the opposite direction, because it's trapping buyers into those bull breaks. It's trapping shorts out of their short positions. So that's why it sets up a good short after that has happened. So you can see here, we had another bull, and then look what happened after that bull. Massive bull trap. And this is what I was looking for. This was the initial move that I was looking for. And I, in fact, did nail it, because I had got stopped out, and then I sold again here, didn't get stopped out on this pop, probably by like a point, and then I had this whole move of profit. So I had at least about 15 to 17 handles of profit on this move. You can see that we broke bear, but we didn't quite get to the profit target I was expecting, which would have been around the 15s or the 16s. But you can see how we broke below that 20 by a few ticks up until like 18, 19, and then the buyers came back to defend that. So definitely this was a nice little shakeout that I was a part of. And that was the shakeout I was looking for, except that this shakeout, I was actually looking for a two-legged shakeout, but we didn't get that. Tech stayed very strong today. And you can see how we just managed to consolidate around these 30s here. Again, talking about the 30s, that became our point of control, the price that traded the highest amount of volume. Lots of sell absorption. We had a bear break, no follow through, a regain of the 30s, and then we had this type of thing, a pop with no follow through, and that was a decent short. But again, coming back down to the 20s, we caught more buyers, and then we managed to trade above the 30s. So above these prices, bulls are in full control, and that's what we got. The bulls managed to push this thing up and stop me out of my short multiple times. So I would have got stopped out for break even here, and then I sold it. This was an impulsive short because I think I was mad that I got stopped out break even. Now that right there, that's the kind of behavior we need to avoid, is when you get stopped out of a trade break even, you need to just take it. It's like when you take a hit to the face or a hit to the stomach in boxing, you have to learn how to take it. It's a break even, just take it, man. Take it, reassess. You could re-enter if the trade is still valid. But more often than not, you're gonna have to just wait a minute or two just to confirm what it is that you're seeing here. If you got stopped out as a fake out, or if there's actually a larger move happening and you should consider taking the opposite side of that trade. And again, this is why scalping is hard, because when you're scalping, you kind of need to be quick. You need to be able to assess price moves, which means you need to be in that constant flow state with the market, which is not as easy as it sounds. So I got stopped out for my break even there in the short. See, I was short over here after having at least 25 handles of profit. Got stopped out break even, and then I guess I was mad and I sold it again right here, and then I got stopped out for an actual loss on that one. Okay, and then I sold it again. So this is just me impulsively trading, and this is a paper trading account, but again, this kind of trading would never stand in my live account, never. So this is why I say that I'm not actually ready to get back to live trading. And you know, it's quite interesting because normally when people paper trade, they do type of things where they average losers and they can get up huge, like I remember practicing paper trading way back where you could average a loser 1,000,000 times and then theoretically eventually end up with a break even or some kind of profit. But see, in the kind of trading that I'm doing, it actually doesn't matter if I'm paper trading or live trading because I'm all in, all out. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I'm right. There's no way around that. So that's why it doesn't really matter if I'm simulator trading or not. What I'm trying to do is build my win rate, and which you can see is not working very well right now. So like this kind of behavior where you just get right back into the trade after you get stopped out, that's bad behavior. This type of thing, I sold it right here on a failure. Now this was kind of valid, right? Because we popped and then I was not seeing much fall through above the 45s, above the 50 mark. And that was a decent short, right? And we pulled right back into the 30s, caught the 30s again and failed. again, I sold right here at 45. I had at least 10 to 15 handles of profit. Didn't take it. Got stopped out for a break even. So right there, these two trades combined, I had 40 handles of profit on these two trades combined. That's quite a bit for a scalper, isn't it? So, you know, and then after that, I was just like, the hell with this, you know, getting stopped out for break even on those kinds of trades. So moral of the story is I just need to take profits better. I need to take, if I have 15, 20 handles of profit, just consider taking the whole thing off. Don't even worry about it. And that's it. Now we're continuing higher. So after we broke bullish, you can see the market continued into squeeze mode. Tech is very strong today. And that is it, guys. So I just want to say one thing before I finish the video, guys. If you have an opinion about this trading style, just keep it to yourself, okay? Because look, I've been trading for a while and I know where my journey is. The whole point of an edge is something that I can see and perceive that other people or the majority of people do not perceive, okay? So if you're gonna post a comment on my video saying, hey, why don't you try this strategy instead? Because I can see that you're clearly not making money. That's the kind of comment that keep it to yourself, please. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.